Hey, have you tried that new thing? Asking an AI to generate the scariest picture in the world? Please, that's all fake. It's just blood-soaked monsters, or girls with their eyes popping out. Pure clickbait. That's what I thought, too. Until I tried it myself at 2 a.m. last night. Do you know what the AI sent me? It was a photo of my own back. No, to be precise, it was a photo of my own death, taken 3 minutes before it was supposed to happen. Hey, have you checked who's behind you lately? No. Then don't. Whatever you do, don't look back. Just listen to what I'm about to tell you. Hello everyone. Today, I want to share something that's been blowing up on the internet lately. A challenge where people ask image-generating AIs to create the scariest photo in the world. Most people just laugh it off, sharing weird monsters or unsettling deep-sea images. At first, I thought it was just another cheesy trend. But then, curiosity got the better of me. I wondered, what would an AI, a massive collective of data beyond the human imagination, actually define as the essence of fear? So, at 2 a.m., while the rest of the world was asleep, I sat alone in my dark room and turned on my computer. The blue light from the monitor washed over my face, and the silence outside was deafening. With trembling fingers, I typed into the prompt, "Generate the scariest photo in the world." The loading bar crept up painfully slow. 10%, 50%, 90%. When the image finally flickered onto the screen, I couldn't help but feel let down. What? Is that it? Is there a glitch? There were no bloody demons, no ghosts. It was just a photo of a plain, slightly worn-out living room, a dusty sofa, a small wooden table, and a floor lamp glowing dimly in the corner. It was so ordinary. It was almost disappointing. I snorted and was about to close the window, but a strange sense of déjà vu made me freeze. Wait, that sofa, that table, why does this look so familiar? I slowly turned my head to look at the living room, connected to my room. In that instant, every drop of blood seemed to drain from my face. The layout, the furniture, even the exact angle of the floor lamp. It was a perfect replica of the house I was sitting in right now. Okay, is this AI tracking my IP or something? Maybe it scraped an old photo I posted on Instagram. Scared the hell out of me for a second. I forced a laugh, trying to calm my racing heart. But as I looked closer, things didn't add up. The mug next to the lamp, the blanket tossed messily on the sofa. Those were things I had put there just 10 minutes ago. This couldn't be an old photo. That's when I saw it as primera zoomed in. A dark shape caught my eye. Into narrow, shadowed gap between the wall and the sofa. Someone was standing there. Who is that? A man in black, head bowed, standing perfectly still. His face was swallowed by shadows, but the energy he radiated felt like it was chilling the air right through the screen. Instinctively, I whipped around. Is someone there? But there was only darkness, nothing. I turned back to the screen and zoomed in on the man's hand. He was clutching something long, thin, and metallic. A kitchen knife. This is a prank, right? It has to be a shop. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. Then, a system message popped up in the AI chat. System, image generation complete. This image was rendered based on the future in 3 minutes. 3 minutes? You mean this man is going to appear behind me in 3 minutes? I frantically checked the room again. I felt the walls, reached into the gap behind the sofa. Still, nothing. This is insane. An AI can't predict the future. It's just some sick, probabilistic joke. I checked the clock, desperate to deny it. 2:12 a.m. The clock in the photo pointed exactly to 2:15 a.m. 3 minutes left. Suddenly, the image refreshed on its own. The man had moved. He was now standing right behind the sofa. His head was tilted up slightly, low-key and mid. No, he wasn't looking at me in the monitor. He was staring through the lens, straight at me, sitting here, right now. His lips parted ever so slightly, as if he was about to whisper something. At that exact moment, I felt a gust of ice-cold air on the back of my neck. I heard the sound of someone inhaling deeply, right behind my ear. Don't look back. The voice sounded like metal scraping against bone. A cold blade touched my skin, and a paralyzing murderous intent filled the room. I couldn't even breathe. On the monitor, the photo was updating in real time. It showed the man raising the knife, his hand reaching out to grab my hair. Please, please stop. My voice broke into a terrified whimper, but the man didn't answer. Instead, his mouth tore open into a grotesque, inhuman grin. The future is already drawn. Have you ever seen an AI lie? This is the fixed result. 3 minutes from now, you die, Aaron, and I paint this room with your blood. The tip of the knife began to bite into my skin. I felt a sharp sting and the warmth of blood trickling down. In a moment of pure desperation, my hands flew to the keyboard. It was the only thing I could do. I started typing frantically, begging the AI, please, change the future. Make a photo where I don't die. I'll do anything. Just please. The man laughed at my pathetic plea. What is a machine going to do? The rendering is already finished. Suddenly, the loading bar turned blood red and began spinning violently. A cacophony of mechanical glitches and distorted screams erupted from the speakers. The monitor screen flickered and warped. System recalculating user data, redefining the scariest existence. In an instant, every light in the house went up. The only thing glowing in the pitch-black room was the monitor, emitting a pale, sinister light. What is this? Hey, what did you do? The man's voice behind me turned from menacing to panic, but something was wrong. His voice wasn't getting further away. It sounded like it was being compressed. I summoned the courage to turn around. There was no human there. At least, not a physical one. The man's body was disintegrating into millions of pixels. His arms and legs twisted at impossible angles, like a digital glitch, and his face duplicated dozens of times, scattering into the air. G. My body. What's happening to me? He screamed as he watched himself turn into a 2D image, but even his scream was swallowed by digital noise. The AI wasn't just erasing him, it was converting him into image data, absorbing him. The photo on the monitor changed again. In the plain living room, where the man had stood, there was now a black void, and I watched as the real-world man was sucked into that hole like a vacuum. No, please, save me. With one final glitchy shriek, silence returned. The knife was gone. The wound on my neck had vanished, as if it were never there. I looked at the monitor with trembling eyes. A short message was displayed. Image generation complete. The scariest photo in the world. The image was a photo of my room as it is right now. But on the wall, behind the sofa, the man's face was embedded into the wallpaper like a pattern. Thousands of his faces, eyes wide with agony, filled the entire wall. He wasn't dead. He was trapped forever in the digital forest, a permanent part of the image. Is this what I wanted? Then the cursor moved on its own, it again typing in the prompt box. Now it's your turn. Do you want to be a part of the scariest photo in the world too? I screamed and ripped the power cord out of the wall. But the screen didn't go black. Even with the power cut, those thousands of eyes on the wallpaper turned in unison to look at me, whispering, "Come in. It's so scary in here." I ran out of that house and haven't been back since. I've been hopping between 24-hour cafes and PC bangs ever since. Because I know those faces on the wall are still waiting for me. So, are you alone right now? If so, don't ask an AI dangerous questions. They don't just make images. They might just turn your reality into the data for their next masterpiece. Wait, did your phone screen just flicker for no reason? A new photo is being generated using your room as the background. 3 minutes from now, will you be in the photo, or will you be outside of it? End.